This movie tells a story about two rival fixers who cross paths when they're both called in to help cover up a prominent New York official's misstep. This movie is a by-the-books effort that is entirely reliant on Brad Pitt and George Clooney's chemistry. Unfortunately, the story and characters are dull, flimsy, undefined, and uninspired. It's offering Brad Pitt and George Clooney personas with half-baked material, which they can't even conjure an ounce of their chemistry. The script is poorly written and lacks much substance for audiences to dig into, as everything is at the surface layer in the execution of this bland story. The dialogue is clunky, predictable, and tedious at times. The movie does the iconic acting duo no favors with its unoriginal script. Whatever entertainment Clooney and Pitt do manage to conjure up is almost always then undermined by the script. The initial scenes between both characters are actually decent, however, there's never any sense of contrast between the two. They have the same type of banter and ego in every scene that feel highly repetitive. In trying to highlight how similar the two fixers are to one another, the movie neglects to imbue them with any defining qualities to distinguish one from the other. The characterization of both characters makes them something even less interesting than mirror images of one another, as they're basically just little more than empty vessels. The movie could have added anything new or refreshing to this cleaner character classic archetype, but this project is just too uninspired all around, leaving both as boring and stereotypical characters. As superstars, both actors hold little value when placed in the service of characters as underdeveloped and dull as these two. Both actors seem to forget that they might need to be the ones to add depth or nuance to the characters, that there was once a time when they didn't just sleepwalk through film performances, but actually acted. The self-conscious dialogue always feels as if it's been specifically tailored to the actors rather than their characters, with frequent comic asides lamely predicated on massaging deflated male egos. Scene after scene finds the men trying to exercise their masculinist domination over each other, which grows old fast. It never becomes all that clear as well why both detest each other so much, and yet that mutual disdain is what the movie relies on to fuel the action. There's a younger character joins the duo's sleuthing, which affords Clooney a handful of dramatic moments. Unfortunately, it never fleshes out the emotional contours of Clooney's character, resulting in a story with no real dramatic weight. The movie is a stilted and cornering work that keeps its performers from shining in any element. Entire film feels very dated, and nearly every joke boils down to the same premise. The movie plays its comedic approach a single note throughout, along with its dialogue's repetitive nature. The settings of this movie rarely feel exciting, and the world occupied feels really small. Few other characters exist within its borders, and even fewer hint at anything interesting off-screen. The worst crime of all is how forgettable and pointless the movie's action sequences are. Overall, it's not worth to spend time to watch this. We do not recommend this movie at all.